A new century, a new generation, and hopefully a new age of peace. The United Nations was born in response to the horrors of 2 global wars and countless international conflicts. Since the end of World War II, the United Nations has worked to foster dialogue among people of all nations. From the beginning, the United Nations has recognized that educating the next generation is vital to ensuring lasting peace. For the past 7 years, LifeLink has organized 10 model UN conferences and trained over 1,200 GSS and SSS students. It has been recognized as an effective educational tool for high school and junior high school students and even the tertiary. It allows students to step into the shoes of ambassadors to prepare for their role. Students adopt an assigned country.
Have organized this global Model United Nations for the first time, and we have chosen Geneva for the venue of this conference. We would very much like to see that annually we can organize this conference in different places, of course including in Africa. This global Model United Nations, I hope, will be a model of best practices of Model United Nations. We will have rules of procedures which are like the existing rules of procedures in the actual committees in the United Nations. We would also like to see that students will be able to meet with many officials of the UN so that they will be able to learn more about the UN. This conference is going to be broadcast through UN radio, UN television, UN press releases, and this is a big event for many students and the general public. We know that hundreds of thousands of university students have been organizing Model United Nations in the world. I hope that global Model United Nations will inspire them so that they will be able to learn best practices out of this global Model United Nations.
My experience with Model UN prior to this conference has been very hectic because you have to research on your countries. We had training sessions so that we'll be abreast with the topics we're going to discuss. We're able to find whatever we're supposed to present here, do everything on time, and everything was okay.
Globally, the Millennium Development Goals are 8 set goals that the United Nations are seeking to achieve by the year 2015. And as a global citizen, I'm pleased and I'm honored to have to share my voice, particularly having to represent a country that I'm not a citizen of.
It has really benefited me so much because we are really discussing happenings around the world. Talk of the world financial crunch, talk of the climatic change and all of that. That's what we are discussing. So I can think that it's really a good stage to really express your opinions in all of this. And then we all know these are present happenings, and this is a true commitment that the world is coming together to really see to it that these things come to an end.
First of all, it changes the mentality of young people, and it gives them power and it lets them think and allows them to think that they can make a change, they can be a difference, because people all the time talk about it but they don't feel it, and whenever they come here and see that their decisions, ideas and thoughts on global issues are really important and can be taken into consideration and can serve as a solution, that's a great thing. Not talking about different nationalities and cultures coming in touch with each other, and that's one of the greatest parts, of course, of such events, so it's also very interesting.
So it has made me realize that although we are from different places and from different parts of the world, different races, different cultures, we are all seeking one thing, and that's to better our world, to make it a peaceful place for all of us to live in.
Model UN work on all the students' mental muscle in areas such as history, geography, writing, public speaking, social skills, psychology, and teamwork. Every one of this is essential for conflict resolution. Research begins in the library, on the internet, and at home. Nothing replaces real-life experiences and international diplomacy, so delegates visit ambassadors, embassies, and the like. Students pour out their knowledge and writing skills into position papers. This 1 to 2 page summary help outline their country's position and lay the groundwork for speeches on upcoming conferences. With the bulk of research completed, the emphasis shifts from the written to the spoken words. Students must learn to draft speeches and give them effectively for upcoming conferences. The goal of research, writing and speeches is to help countries reach a consensus. Delegates follow procedure rules aimed at allowing everyone to be heard. Students may vote on speaking time and time for responses. Delegates motion for caucusing if they want to discuss issues in an informal setting. Students will spend a great deal of time caucusing, gathering almost every word for discussion and hopefully reach a consensus. The goal of both formal section and caucusing is to present new ideas, gain allies from other countries to support your idea, and move towards drafting a resolution. Both formal section and caucusing can be heated. Delegates need to be prepared to discuss situations from today's headlines. Each conference ends with voting on draft resolutions, just like in the real United Nations. Some resolutions pass, but many do not. A combination of their hard work is a conference. The conference covers a wide range of topics, from human rights, sustainable development, disarmament, peacekeeping, and economic and social issues in high schools and junior high school classrooms and other conferences, learning the same tactics and struggling for solutions together, just as in the real United Nations.
The Model UN is something that gives children the opportunity to do research and express themselves in a way they have to be. It helps us gain more knowledge on certain things to do, because it's not all things you do in school. There are some that you need to do at other places. So I would like to thank the staff members and all for doing this and giving us this great opportunity.
I've learned the experiences diplomats go through before they come and help our country. It has helped me know the difficulties and the nervousness, and helped me put together my abilities and then showcase it today. And it has really helped me to know more about my country.
It builds up your confidence so that you're not afraid to lay your points on a platform. Also, it builds up your character, meaning that when you want to do something in future, you can look back at this and then say, I did this, so I can do anything I want to.
It's my first time of ever witnessing something like this, but I'm very much impressed, about the participation of the delegates, the organization and everything.
I think it's a good idea. It's been done worldwide, I understand, and I think it's a good opportunity for the children to become acquainted with the work of the United Nations, General Assembly and so on, procedures of floor sitting, things like that.
I think this is a very brilliant idea to usher such little children into their own world, which will come in shortly. They are the leaders of this nation, so we have to train them. And for me, I think that this is a very brilliant idea.
It is a very good exposure. It enables the children to learn about international matters, about international affairs. It gives them exposures which would prepare them solidly, for example, to work as members of parliament in future, or to even to work in the United Nations or on any other international body. And I think to that extent, therefore, it is a solid program and a tremendous benefit for the children.
The challenges we are facing boils down to funding. What is happening is that we don't really get funding from people, so in the end we are limited. We want to go very far, we want to extend to the other regions of the country, but it all has to do with money, So if you are able to get proper funding, I think it's a very good investment that the nation would be proud of. We actually train them on how to collect country information. We train them on how to research conference topics. What we do is that we give them topics to go and research. Okay, so we equip them with their skills, and then we train them on how to do public speaking, effective public speaking, how to negotiate and lobby. Because negotiation and lobbying skills don't come like that. You have to train the person to know. And once you have a good negotiation skills, you can come here, you have the confidence, and then we build their confidence level. We realize that most of them are so timid because they haven't been exposed to the kind of skills that we had been privileged to be exposed to. So that's the basic trainings that we give them.
I think LifeLink is playing a very important role in promoting youth in Ghana and their education. Education isn't just what we read in books or learn in school. Education is also the experiences we have in life, and LifeLink is doing a good job of providing children with good experiences that they can learn a lot from.
This kind of simulation is extremely important in opening up the minds of our young ones, broadening their horizon, and getting them to understand the field and also the philosophical and doctrinal underpinnings of an important organization like the UN. We think that it's very good education. It's a very good socialization process, preparing our youth for their important roles in the future, and they should be encouraged at all levels, and certainly at the level of the ministry or government. Clearly we would encourage that.
The UN model activities are very important in so many ways. You know that the UN is about looking at peace and stability and the development of the world. And when we're talking of that, we're looking at the future generation. So sensitizing them at an early age in issues such as tolerance, in issues such as what it takes to have a sustainable development are important aspects. So we've been giving presentation to the extent possible, facilitating these kind of activities around the country, and also using the advocacy work that we are doing around the Millennium Development Goals to reach out to more of the school community. I must say that also more efforts certainly are needed towards the schools that have less means than others, so that they too can benefit from this kind of sensitization.
The MUN experience allows you to think of negotiation as a way of life. There is a connection between global issues and students' daily lives.
I think I have a potential for public speaking. I'm able to grab my audience, get their fullest attention. And I think the magic worked on the chairman and his dais.
First, I didn't know that there was anything called motion, but through the conference, I knew that there was something called motion. The conference will be educative, it will be informative, and everybody will get to know information about how UN proceeds.